Look, nothing in the sky at all. And then all of a sudden, bam, what is that? Anybody tell me what that is?
Where you murdering the beat? Red flag, wave it. Red tag, save it. Red, green, what that means? Moorish lands, bourbon. Who got claim LB? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so awful. Know thyself, the father from my aunt capstone. Rip the ground, we put it back to top. See some real engineering. Really no Indians near here. Blackstone from the next planet. Still you have no talk, you just a stick faggot. Batman still up in the cave, he got some sick gadgets. Nigga rich run a whole city with no power till apocalypse now. In the door coward. Red flag make a 7 as it raised. A flag above many that has waved. Self I'm here to save. I'm an all-neck, got a lot of lip, chopped up to say back up. You see the red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, that I mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so off. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what that mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial.
Our value representation, this flag represents a nation. Collecting information, tracing our roots, not chasing, pacing my progress, doing more, saying less. Black, white, gray, MSF, RPG in our breath. The depth of what we do is best presented by how we grew. What's true is ear of the beholder to proof answers question over. Some call it closure, I prefer to say we open since we still scoping for knowledge and others now awoken. Hoping little to not, prefer work, plan, plot, strategize to maximize the probability. We saw caught between honor and a smart place. The decisions that we make. Ripple effects, minor or great, still I appreciate.
Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, that I mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so off. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what that mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial.
50,000-year-old ancestral claiming, flag in the ground, hear the flapping fabric sound. Red for the bloodshed or celestial realms, when all you see is feathers and turbans. Be overwhelmed, standing on the squares, independent and fearless, from lower self to higher self, with no interference. 5-point star is her, we call her Venus. My niggas are Nagas, impropriate persona genius. In 3, 5, or 7 plus, whenever you see us. Moorish national disciples, Prophet Ali and Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. The same frequencies preceding all man-made religions. Displaying decency, secret teaching of the ages. The heart is where the life is. Osiris is Orion, Horus, Mars, Sirius, Isis. Clear conceptions of your work during a crisis. Rep my flag till I'm dust or the husk is lifeless. Rep my flag, red, green, 5-point star, no gold fringes. Stand on my square, no liberty infringes. No rights violated, no Negroes emancipated. All they know is castrated and decapitated. Red flag. 5-point green star. How far we are?
Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, that I mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, all pristine and so forth. Red flag waving, red tag saving, red green, what that mean, Moorish lands bourbon. Who got claim Elvin? Not the name MJ. Lush and green was the porcelain, some obscene, some cordial, tops turban.
There's not going to be no killing without killing, gentlemen. With all due respect, definitely not going to be any killing without killing. You know, and I would like that to be clear for the record. Understand the fact that we got 2 people in here. I wanted you to be here to understand what I said.
Let me start the first verse by giving praise to Allah.
Channel 5 News has learned that investigators are preparing to slap Jeff Fort with new federal racketeering charges. According to highly reliable sources, those charges are based on long-distance phone taps.
When Chief Malik wrote me back in 2013, in the name of Almighty Allah, gracious and unseen, he told me naught is naught, power is all illusion, kin. Heaven, hell, earth are not above, around, but in. Inform me he received my book, he appreciated. It's imperative to exercise the mind, he related. The blessings of man, health, vigor, and proportion fold into each other. Health to the body, honesty to the soul. His charges were trumped up, left to die in supermax, political prisoner, Gaddafi conspirator, conspiracy, facing tyranny for infinity, complicity, mystery humbled by his authenticity. Put L on a gang name, L after Ainge, reading his FBI papers makes him sound deranged. Read the case, I found many things often strange. With Chief Malik locked up, no revolution, just gangs. For more senseless killings now than then was the plan, and make a terrorist out of a good Moorish American man.
Between Jeff Fort and gang members back here at home, conversations in which Fort allegedly is running the gang's criminal activity here in Chicago.
You're not a gang.
But for years now, the Al Rukns have steadfastly denied that they are a criminal activity, saying they are simply a Muslim religion.
We only are involved with the uplifting and the building of our people in our society and in better neighborhoods and better communities.
Said black means death, but y'all blind and deaf and can't read truth you can't find. Miss Drew Ali lessons waiting for Jesus. Teaching lies is competence, nigga doesn't mean niggas. More doesn't mean black, it means more bite. And high priest of a new, holding the marvelous light. 7 orbs in our palm, we are ancients returned. From the line of roots, skin looks like brass burned. Hair looks like Zoroaster, face of an Olmec. Sundial is my watch, FOH with your Rolex. Major not minority, no clicking heels like Dorothy. Flames on a strong man, no joining their sorority. Great Seal is not Illuminati, but Moorish. Disrespect Moors and we might get boorish. We're in our own land, fam, don't call me a tourist. I use the floor more, fine-tuning my auras. Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth.
Get your foot up off my ottoman. Empire built for an ottoman. Never mix me up for them ottoman.
Said black means death, but y'all blind and deaf and can't read truth you can't find. Miss Drew Ali lessons waiting for Jesus. Teaching lies is competence, nigga doesn't mean niggas. More doesn't mean black, it means more bite. And high priest of a new, holding the marvelous light. 7 orbs in our palm, we are ancients returned. From the line of roots, skin looks like brass burned. Hair looks like Zoroaster, face of an Olmec. Sundial is my watch, FOH with your Rolex. Major not minority, no clicking heels like Dorothy. Flames on a strong man, no joining their sorority. Great Seal is not Illuminati, but Moorish. Disrespect Moors and we might get boorish. We're in our own land, fam, don't call me a tourist. I use the floor more, fine-tuning my auras. Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth.
Get your foot up off my ottoman. Empire built for an Ottoman. Never mix me up for them Ottoman. I'm writing with an iron pen. Good life and not a gym. Born in an empire, not in sin. Moorish American, round table, Moorish ordering. I am feminine and masculine. Principle, rights inalienable. So I'm able. Now Cain wants to kill me. Biblical. My brother who pretends to be brotherly. Try to put me back in slavery. Confederate flags under my cherry tree. Washington cut it down, but Washington is still in me. Moors, yo, I speak the tongue, uplift the blind, the deaf, the dumb, and everything is mine, use some. Legislative act, municipal outcomes. Animal farm, I see the reruns. Nation never cared for a president. Trudeau in a turban, that's evident. Major, not minor, that's permanent.
Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that I'm back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth. Let them know that you're back in the booth, back for the youth. Words coming out of mouth is the truth.
Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not the land, hybrids can't be freemen. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles. Signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
An atheistic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message, presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emerging urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mine like an elephant.
Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons.
this is not the land, hybrids can't be freemen. If this is not the land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message. Presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emergent urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop. Correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up. You catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts, that's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the Sacred Brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish Moor, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie in exile. reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. DA are feminists, stomped on by elephants. More like we're prejudiced, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence. Ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades, keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades, not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Wiki. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
And stop playing with people who have spiritual gifts. Stop playing with people who have a knack for intuition. Stop playing with people who have a knack for knowing, where God has employed some part of them where they see it in their dreams, they smell it, they sense it, they visualize it, they know what they know, they can hear it in your voice, they watch your body language, they ask you questions just to gauge whether it is or not you are being honest. So I'll say, and I'll reiterate again, stop playing with people who have spiritual intuition and connections, who know their body, who knows their mind, who knows what they see, and who sees you. It is best that you are honest and forefront with the people that God has aligned in your life, because they are there to help you along, not hinder you. Just be honest with people who have spiritual gifts. That's it.
Islam Moors, welcome once again. Canaanland Moors. Canaanland Moors, Wednesdays, Q&A. We're here once again. If you got any questions, put it in the chat in all caps. Just going to run through some of these IG posts from today for those people who don't have Instagram, missing the fireworks. Missing the fireworks at these sellouts' heads on Instagram. So we're just putting this out. Just putting this out so you could see what's going on. In case you missed something. Because there's a lot going on right now. The U.S. resolution to condemn activities of Hamas voted down in the UN General Assembly, 2018. So in 2018, UDADES tried to go to the UN, complain to them about Hamas. UN shut that BS down, quick, fast. Shut it down. Told them that they're full of BS. Stop the BS. You're full of it. A number of states explained their reasons for voting against the resolution. Saudi Arabian representatives stated that since 1967, Israel has not respected any General Assembly or Security Council resolutions, while Kuwait and Iran's representatives said that the resolution ignores and deflects attention from the root cause of the conflict. Isn't that all the people that UDADES had issues with? Kuwait, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all of them. Aren't those the same people that UDADES has issues with? UDADES sending people to go bomb their stuff and all that, and then nobody calling UDADES terrorists. And as we've said, make sure you go read the protocols of the elders of Zion so you can know that they ain't doing anything that the Zionists that people keep calling Israel and Israeli,
the Zionists are continuing their onslaught, even though a number of states explain their reasons for voting against calling Hamas terrorists. How come Hamas are terrorists now? 2018 was yesterday. 2018, Hamas wasn't even close to being called terrorists. Now all of a sudden they're terrorists? And then you don't realize what's going on? It's not registering to you what's going on? No, you don't realize people are paid off? Keep playing games all you want to, or you can open your eyes. You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. Open your eyes. It's obvious what is going on. The same way that a certain guy with a Zionist name had a pedophile island that everybody was going to, and everybody's going to the island and there was no issues. And then as soon as the right person said, hey, hold on a second, that's pedo island over there, then everybody back away from this guy and start talking about they don't know him, they're not on the flight logs and all that. You better open your eyes, because everything is the Aquarian age. You can't miss it right now. If you miss it, you're just a dumbass if you miss it. Right? Although 87 voted in favor of saying that these people are a fraud, it still got voted down. It still got voted down that they're not terrorists. So how are they terrorists today? Somebody is playing games. Somebody's playing games, right? And they're going to keep playing games with you. Counsel, Black's Law Dictionary, a term given to a lawyer, attorney, or a counselor. To counsel someone means to advise them. The Counsel General of the DIMPT, whoever's the Gaylord counselor guy, is very questionable. If the DIMPT state, nation, empire, whoever the hell these people are, have a counsel general that's a Gaylord, you should be watching these people funny. And anybody who's down with them. Anyone who's down with them, you should be watching them all funny. And if you're not watching them funny, we're watching you funny. Because how are you still a Gaylord when you're an LB? How? That's just like when we say these LGBT whoever's that saying that they're L's and B's and all that stuff. How you figure that? That's not some stuff that flies. How's that building a nation when you can't get preggo? How's that building a nation? Or you're gonna go get some artificial, you're gonna be good, do some test tube or something like that to go have children? Stop the BS. Just go back to the state where the prophet found you. Stop playing games with the Moorish birthrights. This is not what it's about. You don't know what body you're born in and all that BS. That's not what this is about. And we're not gonna stay here long because you know the LG, ABCDEFG, whoever's, you know that they're always right there looking for a reason to strike the channel. Right, looking for a reason to strike the channel. Meru State Republic, whoever, sounding just like the Moorish militia, whoever is talking about they're gonna go meet with mayors and let's go to the UN. Let's go to the UN in New York for Noble Drew Ali's solar return and all that. Sounding just like them. Oh yeah. and I said this last night, I want to put it on the record again on the YouTube as well. I'm going to take the L for all the Moors out there who their spidey sense was tingling years ago, and they're talking about, I don't know about this Jamal guy, I don't know about this Jamal guy, Cujo just being who he is. Nah, it can't be. He can't. He can't be a sellout and all that stuff. I mean, you talk to him regular. No way he's a sellout. I don't know, Grand Sheik. I don't know about these Moors. All the Moors who were telling me years ago, I don't know. Even though we knew something was suspect when we were supposed to go there to lecture, and then people are messaging me about, if you go on the plane, we're gonna tell on you and all that stuff or whatever. We're gonna get them to kidnap you. And then spoke with some more, say, you know what? Better to be safe than sorry. Don't even go there. Don't even go. Even from that time, suspect. But we weren't taking it too serious. But then now, at this point now, people go into the masjid and all that. People don't have gas, and they're supposed to be. Stuff is just crazy, right? They're exercising right to bear arms all this time. They get kidnapped, then they get released, and then all these people just disappear. All of them disappear. Not one of them is around talking right to bear arms anymore. Okay, something's up. So I just want to put it out there for all the Moors who were saying, "Hey, watch that." And we're not talking about Swindle and Rami and them people who were talking. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the legit Moors, the sincere, studious, righteous, down for the cause Moors who said it. I don't know about this Moor. Something's funny with this Moorish militia thing. I don't know. Right? I'm gonna let y'all know that y'all were right. You called it. Honors to you for listening to your spidey senses. Honors to you for listening to your spidey senses and not falling for the BS. Because we see now that Moorish militia, some BS. We see now that Fez dealer, some BS. We see all these people who are playing this Moorish militia thing, all the people who are down with it, going and joining, going and training and all that stuff, and then everything's done now. People disappeared. No sign of them right now. No sign of them right now. Gone. Right? Yeah, even from the highway thing. Moors were, don't you think this odd or whatever like that? They running out of gas on the highway? Why are they running out of gas on the highway? Well, I don't know. Maybe they just ran out of gas. Give them the benefit of the doubt and all that. Honors to you, Moors. Honors to you, Moors, for having your ears, eyes, and everything else open, seeing the BS. Honors to you. So Meru State Republic people, they had a video of one of their leader whoever's talking about the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, which is an international treaty for states to exercise. And they're talking about Moors who are leaders, Moors who are teachers, that are calling people Moorish Americans and telling our people that we're Americans that we are practicing denationalization, and they are going to invoke Article 3 of the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Crimes of Genocide against all the Moorish teachers who have been telling our people that we're Moorish American and that we're American, right? Because we're practicing genocide by teaching this. This is what Meru State Republic, AMPAC, AMPAG, DIMPT, and all these people, this is what they're saying, right? So we want to ask this question. We want to ask this question. If all these different bodies, world bodies, are talking about the Genocide and Convention is a failure, the Convention on Genocide is a failure, the Convention on Genocide is an unfulfilled promise, the Convention of Genocide is ineffective, 70 years, 3 reasons why the UN Convention on the Genocide is failing. Failures to prevent and punish the crime by the Genocide Convention of 70 years ago. Why have we failed in preventing genocides? The Genocide Convention is increasingly meaningless document. Even the United Nations Human Rights Office of the High Commissioner said that genocide never again has become time and again. And then we go look at what's going on across the Atlantic, and we see schools getting bombed and hospitals getting bombed and all that stuff, and these people are blocking aid and people can't get assistance and all that stuff, and UN's just sitting back, and all the countries of the world are sitting back, and they're just looking, and they're not doing anything. They're not sending in, because remember, that's not their land over there. So how are they stopping aid when that's not even their land to be stopping aid? If they know all that, they know all this. Right? If they know all that, if they know that the Convention on the Genocide is a fraud, then how is it that this Meru State Republic, whoever, are pushing this thing on Moors? How are they doing that? Where they get away with saying they're going to be invoking some meaningless document on Moors, as if Moors are going to be taking this stuff serious or something like that. Moors not going to be taking this BS serious. These people got fake flags, fake seal. They call themselves gay lords and all that, and they think that they're going to enforce some meaningless, frivolous convention on genocide prevention on Moors. Stop it. Stop it, goofy. Stop it, goofball. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But again, they know that, majority of Moors are in a different realm. Majority of Moors have been studying. Majority of Moors have been studying. They know the truth about nationality and birthrights, and they're not going to fall for the crap. Right? They're not going to fall for the crap. But they know that majority of the people that are coming into this information are desperate. They know that the people are desperate. They know that people are going to fall for almost anything. Right? They're going to fall for almost anything just because they're so desperate. So all you desperate whoever's out there, it's not about being desperate. It's not about running to the UN thinking that the UN's going to save you or something like that. They can't even save themselves. That's not what it's about. They can't save you. The only salvation is going to come through what Noble Drew Ali laid down. That's the only way the salvation is going to arrive. All other attempts are absolutely futile. It's not happening. All right? It's not happening. These same AMPAC Meru State Republic people are saying that we are saying American is a nationality. No, we never said American's a nationality. Never. We all know that America is a continent, and nationals don't come from continents. Nationals come from nations, and nations aren't continents. So don't let them lie to you in order to push their narrative. Moorish American is our nationality according to what Noble Drew Ali taught the Moors. Why are we Moorish American? Because we're descendants of Moroccans born in America. So we don't call ourselves Moroccans because those are our ancestors. Our ancestors are Moroccans. We're Moorish American because we're descendants of Moroccans born in America. We're not descendants of Moroccans born over there. We're descendants of Moroccans born in America. Noble Drew Ali knew in the 1920s there were people in the Americas called Moroccan American. Why would he call us Moroccan American? That would clearly cause confusion. And Noble Drew Ali told Moors they're not to cause confusion. So we're Moorish American. We're not Moroccan American. Those are some other people. If we study what Noble Drew Ali brought, we would get so much further. But clearly, we're not about studying what Noble Drew Ali brought. Right? These people want to play they're the smart people games. They know more than Drew Ali games. And there's absolutely no way that these gaylords are smarter than Noble Drew Ali. It's impossible. And anybody thinking that these gaylords are smarter than Noble Drew Ali, F you too. Just like F them. Do not fall for these pop-up state whoever's. Don't fall for the pop-up state people. Don't fall for it. Noble Drew Ali laid it all down. Told these Moors loud and clear. It should be very apparent that Noble Drew Ali was directly on point. And there should be no questioning what he did, because what he did was right and exact. Once again, to all governors, grand sheiks, and head officials of temples, by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, has said the following thing during our very first convention. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that the Moorish Science Temple of America was organized to play a useful and defining part in the advancement of the sacred obligation of American citizenship, as the Moorish divine and national movement was founded for the uniting of the Asiatic states of North America. Not the African states of North America, not the American states of North America. Shouldn't it be the American states of North America if he's talking about America? No, it shouldn't, because America is not a nationality. And American citizenship implies citizenship of the Americas. Not American citizens, because everybody has a right to a nationality, and American is not a nationality. American is not a nationality. Canada is not a nationality. United States is not a nationality. Juali told us what our nationality is. Our nationality is Moorish American. Why is that so hard for these people to digest? Oh, because if they start saying they're Moorish American, now they're going to have to be part of the temple. Now they're going to have to shut the hell up and do what Noble Juali laid down. But they don't want to do that. And again, Noble Juali told them, if you want your way you're going to have. He's not concerned, because he already knew these people are sellouts. So he said this is for the young and unborn, because he knew that the people around him were traitors. He knew the people around him were traitors. He absolutely knew that the people who were directly around him were sellouts. The same sellouts who are going to be crying for genocide, across the Atlantic Ocean, and marching and picketing for stuff over here, but not calling it genocide, calling it racism, like a big dummy. They talk about genocide across the Atlantic Ocean, but when they get murdered here, if these people put crack in the community and then everybody's dying from crack, that's genocide. How come they're not complaining about that? If these people put fentanyl and these people put all these different drugs in the community, if these people put AIDS in the condoms and all that stuff, have people transmitting stuff to each other, that's genocide. They're not complaining about that. Highwaymen kneeling on people's neck, highwaymen shooting people walking down the street, highwaymen, oops, I thought that was my taser, murdering people. They don't call that genocide. People getting their spines severed and all that stuff. and people don't, and that's not genocide. Oh, but some genocide's going on across the Atlantic Ocean, and everybody's going to be crying for that genocide and not saying anything of what's going on here. Oh, they can't say anything what's going on here because it's not genocide when you murder a ward. It's not genocide when you murder a chair. If you murder property, that's not genocide. So they'll let our people play racism games every day, all night. They'll let them play racism games. They'll let them play racism games. Never, ever, with all the, and that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, right? You go check the actual list of all the people murdered by highwaymen in the Americas for the past 20 years. And you tell me that's not genocide. And again, ask yourself the question, if they're murdering people in the street, how come they don't call it genocide? Why are they calling it racism? Why do the nigger leaders keep calling it racism? Why don't they ever call it genocide? Isn't this genocide by now? Isn't this genocide by now? Clearly, this should be called genocide by now. But no, they're not interested in that. They're not interested in that. Our people love being wards. Our people love wardship. They're not even going as far and calling it terrorism. All they know is racism. All they know, the white man did something to them. That's all they know. They could never name the parties who murdered them. Right? Oh yeah. If they have all this BS music turning the women to whores and sluts and turning the men into killers and murderers of their own, isn't that genocide? If somebody's brainwashed to think, that this music that they have today, especially these women artists, right? Everybody's shaking their ass. Everybody's showing cleavage. Everybody got caterpillars for eyelashes. They're doing all this BS, wearing all this BS, having their children in thongs and all that, shaking their ass. Children shaking their ass, right? Children, they have little girls, 16 years old, already had 5 abortions because they're listening to this madness. Do you think this is not genocide? You think brothers killing each other over BS, whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever they're murdering each other for, right? Power and all that BS. And then everybody wants to be guys on power. You don't think that that's genocide? Majority of these artists are putting out music, brainwashing generations, plural. Generation gets brainwashed. A generation gets brainwashed. They go out there, start acting like dumbasses because they're brainwashed by this music. And them acting like dumbasses gets them murdered, their friends, cousins, whoever else murdered. That's not genocide? And if the people can't see that this is genocide, then all this stuff that they're complaining about is going to continue, which is why it has continued. Which is why it has continued. It has continued. Stuff hasn't stopped. Stuff's still going right now. Because people want to keep playing around. Right? Right? Cardi B won't let her children listen to the music she puts out, but your children are going to listen. Right? Whatever these rappers, they want their children to go to university, get degrees or whatever, and they want your children murdering each other in the street. And you don't think something's wrong here? You don't think somebody's playing you? You still blind? These people complaining because special ed talk about NWA set up the thing that's going to have us in this mess that we're in right now. And then nobody's not talking about Uncle Luke and all that. It's the first making women whores. Nobody talking about Too Short and all them. Pimps rhyming. You don't get it. All right. The BS continues. That's just what it is. Right? Nobody talking about Master P when he was Ice Cream Man and all that stuff, selling crack and all that. Well, now he's businessman and changed his ways. Wake up. It's not a game. And it's been not a game, but our people like to play. More than anybody else, our people like to play. It's okay. Keep playing. You're gonna get yours. You know. Don't get mad when you get it. Right? Don't get mad. Accept that you called it on yourself because you allowed the BS to continue instead of doing something about it. You allowed the BS to continue. Right? Yeah. And only when Luke started funding Steve Coakley, now they got something to say. Right? Do not allow yourself, do not allow your children to fall victim to this madness that's going on. Because the children falling victim to this madness going on. Right? All these young people that the only sports they know is NBA 2K. You think that's not genocide? The only sports they know is from a console. Console, con your soul. And they got it. And, you know, we played our NBA Jam and all that. But we also went outside and played on the ball court outside. And we also rode our bike. Right? We also played Scrabble. We also did puzzles. We also had yo-yos. We weren't just playing, icy pop on our phone, downloading 500 apps and all that stuff. That's not what was going on, even though, we were in some BS too. Yeah. How much some of these people never touched a tree ever in their life. They don't know what a tree is. Some of these people never laid in grass ever. Grass never touched their skin ever. They don't know what laying in the grass is, looking at clouds. They haven't even seen a cloud. There's not even clouds for them to look at right now. Everything is overcast all the time. Overcast with chemtrails. Can't even see giraffe and wild animals and whatever in clouds anymore. Can't even see that, right? We used to go down to the school and then draw a strikeout zone on the wall and play baseball. Right? Football in the street. Car. Right? Street hockey. Roller skating. Nothing. That tree one was a good one. Half these people never even touched a tree. 80% of these people never touched a tree. They don't know what a tree is. Hacky sack. They don't know what hacky sack is. Nothing. Right? Yeah, same thing with my nieces. How come you have can I download stuff on your phone? Nope. No, give me my phone. I'm not downloading jack on my phone. Download what? Full up my phone? Have my phone all messed up with your damn apps? No. We got a few questions sent to the email. If you have any questions, if you're new, don't be intimidated. Put your questions in the chat in all caps and we'll get to them. Is there a difference between someone calling themselves a Moor or Moorish American, or is this argument being used just to cause confusion? Now, majority of the people who are claiming that there's a difference, it's to cause confusion. Because whether you say M-O-O-R, M-A-U-R, M-O-R-E, Moorish American, Moor American, Moroccan American, whatever you say, you're talking about the same dark-skinned people. You're talking about the same dark-skinned people. Just like whether you say Cushite, Sudanese, ancient Egyptian, you're talking about the same dark-skinned people. The difference with the two, whether saying Moor or Moorish American, is that Noble Drew Ali brought us back to the idea of us having a nationality. Our nationality, according to him, is Moorish American. Our descendancy is Moor. So we're descendants of Moors. Some might call them Moroccans. You might call them Blackamoors. But we're descendants of Moors. Us specifically in the Americas, are Moorish American. Because we're in the Americas, you should have the American on it. So it's clear that you're speaking about your Moorish from this side. And then that eliminates the confusion. So if all these people who were saying that they're whatever would just say that they're Moorish American, then stuff would be way easier to deal with. But because everybody's trying to trump the prophet, everybody wants to be the man instead of just letting Noble Drew Ali be the man, then they're gonna say we're this, we're that, we're not Moorish Americans and whatever. And yes, that causes confusion. All right. Why are Moors calling themselves Ali when Drew Ali teaches us not to? So there's two sides to it. There's the side of people who they were named by whoever. Before they were Moors, they were named Ali. And then that's just their name. Their name's Ali. They found out that they're a Moor, so they're still calling themselves Ali because that's what they were named. And the other side are the people who want to jack that energy of being Ali. So, our perfect example of that is Muhammad Ali. That these people knew in the 60s, these people knew that Muhammad Ali, being called Ali, is a free national name. That's not a Nation of Islam name. That's a free national name. So because he was called Muhammad Ali, everybody else who was called X, 55X, 30X, whatever X, they should have been wondering, well, hold on a second, how come he got his what they call holy name already? How come he's a Ali? Because Elijah Poole Bay and them, they got the lessons from Noble Drew Ali that you're not supposed to use the name Ali because that's a name that's exalted. That's the name of Allah. Man and Allah are one. No, you're not going to go call yourself Allah. Man of the law are one. But you're not going to go call yourself omnipotent, omnipresent. You're not everywhere at once. So same thing with the name. Right? So we employ people that if they weren't born with that, don't use it like that. You got 4 other ones that you could choose from that work just as fine as Ali. Ali's not some superior one than the other ones. They all have power. All of them have power. All of them have a frequency, a vibration in its own right. Right? In its own right. The 5 titles of nobility. Bey, Dey, El, Al, Ali. Noble Drew Ali's name Ali, that alone should have people look, well, if he's named Noble Drew Ali, then if I'm calling myself Ali, I better be on his level and higher to even think to call myself Ali. Is how I would look at it. Because again, you're looking at what comes with that. If you're committed, like we're saying, if you're Negro, black, colored, you find out that you're a Moor, and the first thing you run to, oh yeah, I'm gonna be, Johan Ali. Well, why are you going there? You sure you want to be that? And then if they're gonna be that, then hey, go do your thing. Right? Go do your thing. Just know that this is not some stuff to play with. So as soon as whatever goes down, and it's a slight on you or a negative on you, think that I wonder if that's happening because I'm calling myself Ali. That's where you should go first. Don't go for their highwayman or the judge to whatever, or don't do that. Right? Don't do that. It would be wise to just avoid it altogether, save yourself the headache later. What is a consular general, and why are Moors calling themselves this? Going back to the same thing. Everybody wants to have some type of credibility without living to create that credibility. Everybody wants to be the man right now. So they're going to start calling themselves, all these different official titles of some whatever, that they're not even qualified to be that. And even if they are qualified to be that, why don't you just be yourself? Why do you have to be some name? Why? Like why do you need to do that? You don't have to be the popular number one whoever. You don't have to. Slow down. You don't got to do that. And going back to the question, the other part of the question, were there any consular generals during Noble Drew Ali's time? If there was a consular general, his name's Noble Drew Ali. If he was a consular general, if there was a consular general, it would be Noble Drew Ali. Just like Miliel told these Moors when they started playing title games with the people, and Miliel told them the only supreme grand advisor is Noble Drew Ali. There ain't no supreme grand advisor that's somebody other than Noble Drew Ali. As soon as somebody other than Noble Drew Ali starts talking about, oh yeah, reincarnated Noble Drew Ali, know that they're a fraud. So the title people, they're a fraud. As soon as they start playing the title games before they start being themselves, know that they're up to something. They're about to start some group, start some organization, start some state, start some whatever, and try to reel you into it. Don't fall for it. Does using colonist fiat help keep them in power? If so, any ideas on how to at least slow it down? Considering that the colonist fiat is a debt note, it has no power. So it's really just exchange for goods and services. And the only power it has is what the people give it. So when you look at, for example, the richest whoever that's on Forbes list, if the fiat creators said every fiat note is now worth one note, those people only have what they bought with the fiat notes. But they're not even going to be looking at that. They're going to be looking at, oh my gosh, I don't have any fiat notes. But then they have a mansion that they could do something with. They got 50 cars. They got all this stuff. They got all this stuff that they got with these debt notes. But they're not looking at the things that they have as where the value is. They're not looking at their body and their energy as the value. They keep looking at the fiat note as the value. That's how you can slow it down. Stop looking at the fiat note as the value. Right? The value isn't that they gave you some fiat notes or you gave some fiat notes. The value is what came from that. What did you get? Is your fridge full? Yeah. Did you give fiat notes for that? Yeah. Are the fiat notes worth something? No. So you got everything for free. Because the fiat worth's not worth anything. Paper doesn't have value like that. It only has the value that the people put on it. That's the only value it has. A 5, a 10, a 20, 100, 1,000, a 500, whatever. That's not really what it is. And again, a good one for you to really digest the concept is modern money mechanics. You could look that up. There's a PDF out there. You could look that up. Modern money mechanics. And that would give you the fiat breakdown so you can look at it correctly so that you don't get caught up in the game of, oh, well, the fiat notes mean something. It's not about the fiat notes. If you have a job and you get paid on the job, it's about your energy that you use on the job, not the fiat notes that you get. It's about the energy that you used. How much energy did you use? Which is why they say as an entrepreneur, you're going to be working 24 hours a day opposed to 8. And you're probably going to be getting less finance. But all the energy is going to your thing, not somebody else's. Which is why it's more empowering when you work for yourself, because you're not giving your energy away to somebody else. You're keeping it. But to slow it down, there's no slowing it down. This stuff isn't worth anything. Right? It's actually not worth anything. You can't make up worth of it. Why did Elijah flip the script when he and Fard were students of Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Because they're sellouts. That's why. Because Elijah is a Pool Bay. Fard is a Ford L. But why would Fard call himself prophet after 1929? And why would Elijah back him in pushing that he's prophet after 1929. And then in all the images and all that stuff, they're going to say Prophet Fard Muhammad, but they left out the reincarnated Noble Jew Ali part. Why wouldn't they say he's reincarnated Noble Jew Ali in all the pictures that they have Fard presented as prophet? Because if they did that, then everybody would know that it's really about Noble Jew Ali, and Fard and Elijah and Nation of Islam and all them would be absolutely unimportant. And they couldn't have that. So they flipped the script. They changed the sign from Moor Science Temple to Temple of Islam, Allah's Temple of Islam, Nation of Islam. And then today, their headquarters in Chicago, Mecca, just like Noble Jew Ali's had his headquarters in Chicago, Mecca, because they were jacking the energy. And then you could go to khalifamedia.com, get my book, Noble Jew Ali Plenipotentiaries, and I go into all of that. Because it's a game. Everybody wants to be the man and not give Noble Jew Ali his honors. And that's the problem. Is there a LB mashup title, or should a Moor Moabite choose one of the two only for self? Now the only people I've seen use the El Bay title was the Washita. And then the Empress of the Washita was Gaston El Bay. And then Moors who were Washita, they were using El Bay. I don't know anybody else who was using the two titles other than Washita. So when you see people pull up and then they have the El Bay, and they say, hey, how come you got El Bay? And then they start making up stuff about being El Bay and they never mention Washita, know that they should be questionable. Because they don't even know where it came from. They're just doing it just because they think, well, if I have two titles, then that means I'm going to be more powerful with two titles. No, you don't know what you're talking about if you have two. The only people that use the both El Bay, and they don't use Al Bay or Al Bay, you know what I mean? Only El Bay you use is Washita. I haven't heard anybody else talk about El Bay other than Washita. So as soon as they pop up, and again, you're not seeing them using two other titles. Not saying El Day. Right now, when you're a student of it and you can defend what it is that you're claiming, then that's a whole different thing. If you can defend what you're claiming, then that's a whole different game. But nobody can't tell you who you are. You are who you say you are. If you say that you're El Bay and you can defend it, then I guess you're El Bay. Right? But it's not mandatory that you have two. You could use one. You don't need to have two on there. But again, this is people's birthright. So you ain't going to tell them, well, you can't wear a red fez. You got to wear orange fez or whatever like that. It's their birthright. Leave them people alone. And leave them alone. Let them wear their stuff. It's their culture. Allow them to be themselves. Allow them to learn. It's no different than the child on the bike. Allow them to go take off their training wheels and fall off and bust their lip. It's okay. Your lip is going to heal. They're either going to be able to exercise or they're going to fall and then have to, so allow them to exercise. Allow them to be themselves. Give them a chance. Again, look at it like children. If we're just said that we're Moors yesterday, pop up say that we're Moors, then allow them to go through what the children go through. You're gonna crawl, and then you're gonna get up, take your little 2 steps, fall down again. Then you're gonna realize that you could use your hands to pull yourself up. You're going to try to pull yourself out the crib, and then you're going to go head first out the crib because you didn't realize you have to swing the feet over first and all that. So just let them do their thing. You know, eventually they'll come to their senses. You know, they'll come to their senses. My son asks, how did the word Moor come into existence? The word Moor, you can go back to the Moors near New Zealand. Moor means life force. You can go to ancient Kemet. Moor is the high priest of Anu. You know, you can go to the Moabites, which again, all these are metaphysical properties. Right? You talk about the Moabites, the Canaanites, right? But know that the name, word, title, Moor came into existence when the beings came into existence. There ain't no more without. There ain't no more, the title, without the being, a Moor. Right? Moors were the first navigators, so docking a boat is called mooring. Why is docking a boat called mooring? Because Moors were the ones who had boats, and mooring docking boats go back ancient times. Docking a boat is ancient. If docking a boat's ancient, then Moors have to be ancient. And just remember, if docking a boat is ancient, then Moors have to be ancient, because docking a boat is mooring. So when we say the existence of, the existence of a chair, there had to be that thing for somebody to say, oh, that's a chair. It's not the word just sitting there and then, we apply things to the word. There was the thing. And then people said that thing is whatever it is. The thing had to exist. Right? If a foreigner becomes naturalized, would they be part and parcel of this landmass, or would they only have certain rights? Could it be revoked or for misconduct, like the current so-called naturalization process in place by U.S? So when you say if a foreigner becomes naturalized, it depends on who's naturalizing. So if somebody de jure is naturalizing, then that individual is going to be gifted with certain rights based on who naturalized them. So when you go back to Nobujuali and the oral statements, and it talks about Chinese, Turks, Japanese, whoever were members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, those people understood that by being part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, you're going to have certain rights. Now, when, like you brought up with the U.S, when somebody naturalizes with U.S, yes, they're going to take that stuff away if you do some BS. But remember, they're not the people who should be naturalizing in the first place. Right? So the idea of a foreigner coming into a land and then a foreigner giving them citizenship when they come to a foreign land is a fraud. And the people doing the naturalization are practicing misconduct, and their stuff should be revoked. Because you're not going to see a foreigner in Hindustan giving licenses to Hindus. You're not going to see a foreigner in some land that's not their own telling people they got to pay taxes, and then the people are going to pay. Right? So the idea of naturalization and certain rights and privileges is based in who's doing the naturalizing. If the naturalizing is being done by someone du jour, think about the time of the Moors ruling in Europe and how all these other religions were living under the Moors comfortable, right? They didn't have any issues. They could own property. They could get obligated. They can have children. They can do things that everybody else did under the rule of the Moors without, once they weren't violating the Moorish laws, then they were good to go. Which is what you're talking about with the misconduct, right? Will those questions got answered? Because we want the people to see this in its most practical sense. Use real life things for them to actually connect to, right? Using real life to actually connect to, using someone's experience, not just the law dictionary said, or the Holy Quran said, or whatever. You want to have boots to the ground. I went through this and I'm letting you know that this is how ABCD whatever. You don't want to get into the speculative aspect when it comes to this information. You want to get into the operative. You want to know what this is, right? And the only way you're going to know is by experience. That's the only way you're going to know, is by going through it yourself. How does it feel to go through the ringer? Go through the ringer and find out. Right? It's important that you go through it, so you have the experience, whatever it is, right? You have to go through it. That's why we tell people that, hey, if you want to know what the temple's about, go to a temple. Go to a few temples, and just to see what it's about. Like one of the Moors called me earlier, when the Moor's in prison, because he's disgruntled because the Moors keep challenging him in the prison, like the Moors who are claiming authority positions in the prison. And then he's coming to them because he ordered the torch, and he ordered isonomy, and he ordered who stole the fez, and he ordered certain books he's studying. And then the people who are supposed to be the grand whatever, they don't have those books. So they're saying that he's causing confusion when he's quoting from the torch. He's not causing confusion. He just knows more than them. Right? So they're feeling intimidated because he knows so much. So they're making it seem as if, he doesn't know what he's talking about, when he knows exactly what he's talking about. If he has torch and isonomy and all that, he knows what he's talking about. Right? Same thing with the people who were talking crazy about RV Bay publications. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, I don't see these people talking crazy about RV Bay publications. I don't see them doing any classes. All I see them doing is selling packages. All I see them doing is trying to convince people that they're the authority. But that's not how it really goes, right? There has to be a track record. There has to be a track record. You cannot assume that the people who you're talking about know. It should be proven. That's why the master teacher said, if you want to know a scholar, go read his books. If they say they're a scholar, then they should have a book, 2, 3, 4, 5 books out, so you can go check their studying and see if they're real. If they're just talking, hey, yeah, can I get your book? Well, you know, we're working on it. It's coming. It's going to be there soon and all that stuff. Don't take these people serious. They're playing games with you. Don't get played. So if you're new to the info, right, this ain't no 5,500 and all that stuff for classes, right? This isn't $3,000 for a course, right? But every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., you can go and take your place amongst the affairs of man with RV Bay presentments. If you got questions, you could email them and ask whatever questions with regard to these classes that you need to find out so you can get yourself on board. But it's 7:30 every Wednesday. Majority of Wednesdays, every Wednesday, but majority of Wednesdays, 7:30. Sit in there, get your books, get your notes, and after you finish that, you can go and do your own research to take yourself further into the realm of knowing thyself. So for any information, you can go to rvbaygotoclass@gmail.com and you'll get some answers. And as well, just go to the website, rvbaypublications.com, and start getting your study on from there. Because you have to go with who has the track record. You have to go with who has the track record. And other than the Moor Avengers, Obashango L, Grand Sheik Naturel Bay, Ras Mariah Bay, Taj Tariq Bay, Alim El Bay, Hakeem Bay. There's not too many that have a longer track record, right? Jose Pimenta Bay, Abdullah Bay, there's C. Freeman L. You just go YouTube those appellations and you'll get ample amounts of information. Asir the Duke of Tears, just go study them. You'll get so much information, you'll be studying for years without having to go buy a course and all that, because there's too much info out there. But if you want hands-on, go with the track record. You can't lose if you go with the track record. The Johnny come latelys, you don't want them. Yep, Prince Uriel Bay, and all these different Moors who've been putting in work over the years. All these different Moors that's been putting in work, right? So that the people could know, because there was a suppression of this information, and it was Moors who put this back on the front burner so that everyone could know, right? Yeah, we say Obashango L, but yeah, Toriano L. It's important. Study, study, study. And don't forget, if you didn't know, don't forget the good brother Kush Day's books on route, hidden in plain sight. Anticipated release October 24th. So that's in days now at this point. So there is room. There is room on the shelf for one more. So do your studying. Get your studying done so that you're able to use discernment. You have to study from the right sources. And I guarantee you, I'm telling you from experience, it's about the Moors with the track record. That's how you're going to find your way. The newbies, the fetuses that just came yesterday, and they figured that they got this stuff figured out. And every time you talk to them, they're only talking about themselves and their class and their whatever, and they're not putting you on to anybody else who has some info. Be very mindful. Be very mindful. Everybody has a teacher, and if they're not putting you on to their teacher, then what the hell are you listening to them for? And then whoever their teacher is should be telling you about Noble Drew Ali, because he's the ultimate teacher. Professor Drew, the Egyptian adept, is everybody's master teacher. All right. So again, Will, you got something? Another installment of Q&A Wednesdays. Don't forget, you can always email canaanlandguide@gmail.com. Any questions? Don't forget, it's the third Sunday or third Thursday tomorrow. So look out for Sons of Allah right here, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Study, study, study. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat for their input, their comments, their wisdom. Supreme honors to you. Honors to all the mothers and all the faithful Moors. Keep the fruition. All the faithful Moors. Know that where you are and what you have done is also part of this. So don't think that because your name isn't heard, that you're doing nothing. You're doing more than you think just by being who it is that you are. So honors to you. And of course, supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the mastermind that put us on the right track for knowing about the truth about our nationality and birthrights, so that we know that we're not Negro, we're not black, we're not colored, we're not Indian, we're not African, we are not fictions. We have a nationality that was brought back to us by our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So we give him supreme honors. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love wherever you're at. Islam, Islam, Islam.